How's everybody doing today, guys? This is Luke with New Age Thought, and I'm coming to you today to talk about a very interesting video, a very unique video. That is the forced, painful, extremely uncomfortably fake space video that Kamala Harris just put out with some child actors, okay? And it's a very important video for two reasons, right? The first reason is it's dealing with space, right? So that's really important and shows us kind of what we can expect. And two, it's how it was presented, right? So it's the fact that she was cringy while giving this video. That tells me a lot about how they feel about space. Because Kamala Harris isn't nervous talking to children. She's nervous talking about a subject, right? And that subject is space and exploration of space, extraterrestrial life, okay? This is the first time I can remember in a while where I see a very high-ranking government official, a vice president, talk about the exploration of space, right? They might mention, oh yeah, the moon, Apollo, NASA, it exists, but they never say, we're going to explore space. You're going to see craters on the moon. This is stuff that people have been called conspiracy theorists in the last couple years for talking about how there is extraterrestrial life on the moon. There's at least evidence of past extraterrestrial life. Something was there, something left monuments, right? There's tons of experiments that demonstrate that the moon is hollow, okay? So there's a lot of things on the moon that our nation hasn't released to us, information about extraterrestrial life. See, because they might not have, if they show you HD 4K resolution pictures of the moon's surface, people are going to see what's on the moon's surface, right? And then that leads to asking the question, well, okay, well, who put that there, right? Why is that there? Okay, and then that leads you to go, oh, there's aliens, right? Which we really shouldn't call them aliens. We should refer to them as extraterrestrials, right? Unless we know more about them. And I think we're about to live in an amazing time where we actually might be able to interface, talk, trade, and get to know a extraterrestrial civilization and know that we humans are not the only intelligent beings in this universe, which is something that I think many people have known for quite a while, but some people may not be ready to accept that. For those people, I would say, hey, look at this video and ask yourself why they're starting to discuss space. The year is 2021. We haven't really had public government media-backed space missions and things for quite a while. I mean, I'm not talking about just a little expose for a satellite to Mars or sending a telescope into space. I'm talking about like a president or a vice president talking about, we are going to go into space, show you stuff that you've never seen before, truly amazing stuff. They're nervous. Kamala is nervous for some reason. I don't know if that's because they don't want to share or don't want to accelerate the average knowledge of the American citizen, the global citizen, to knowing what's really out there in space, knowing that we have been going to space secretly for many years. And I don't mean on like science missions, I mean like the militarization of space, right? Like the CIA covert services of our nation, right, have been developing craft and have installations on the moon, and many different things are going on in space, okay? And so I don't know if they just don't want to let us know about that, or I think it's really more, once you start talking about space and once we really start asking questions about what's out there, then you have to deal with the fact that there is extraterrestrial life, and that is a huge threat to you as a leader. Somebody in power on Earth may feel threatened, right, by knowing that, you know, the people who they're ruling know that there are extraterrestrials out there. So I think this video, it's so weird for so many reasons, but the one thing we can take away from this is that the space age is redawning. Be prepared for it, okay? I encourage you to watch Dr. Greer and watch a lot of other documentaries. Amazon has some on Gaia, which is a sub-channel of Amazon that talk about this. But prepare yourself, give yourself knowledge, read books, okay? Ask yourself questions about the moon. We are about to enter an age that is unimaginable, and there's two different factions that are at war on this planet right now, right? There's obviously a movement to consolidate power and remove what is a lot of civil and personal God-given freedoms, right? So I'm not going to be specific with what that is. I think everybody can identify that for themselves, right? But there's a movement for that, and then there's a movement to counteract that. And I think the powers of good and evil have always been at war. And when it comes to space, now we're opening up the consciousness of human beings to a point which we haven't been on in thousands of years when it comes to our ancestors or the people who live above us. Maybe there's people who are telling the Kamala Biden administration, hey, if you don't start talking about space and what's really up there, we're going to release all of this information and do it in a way that really messes with you, right? Aliens themselves could be saying that. Extraterrestrials themselves could be meeting with our government officials and telling them, hey, we don't like what you're doing on planet Earth. If you don't stop it, we're gonna intervene, like we've done thousands and hundreds of times when we've watched nukes into space. We've watched all kinds of weapons into space, nuclear weapons, and with the intent to just blow shit up, just for the sake of experiment. Extraterrestrials have stepped in, okay, and disabled nuclear silos, disabled missiles that are on their way out of the atmosphere. There's video of it. There's testimony of it at the National Press Club. I think it was year 2003 or 2006. The evidence, it's not even evidence. The information is everywhere. I mean, it is evidence, but there's information everywhere that supports this. And I can provide some of that information in the link below. So guys, get ready. I don't know, this is one of the weirdest videos I've ever seen, but it's definitely a sign for things to come.